Oh, are we recording? So we just look into the. Why don't you tell me we're recording, man? Citizens of South Africa, welcome to the State of Week 3 address. As you may have noticed, I'm just playing with you. I'm Muzi, Fele, guys, and welcome to my Week 3 vlog. So I'll be talking about the past week that I've had with regards to the schoolwork and the projects and assignments and the blahdies and the blah blahs that I've been busy with. So this week, hey, it's getting lit, it's getting intense. Shubile manj. You know, the assignments are starting to come through, faster and faster. The work that we have to research is coming through in bucket loads, and deadlines are approaching too. Deadlines for screen assessment, stage assessment, movement. We'll have to find some way to remotely shoot our experimental project and still make it look coherent and proper. And the film school students are out here crying, because they're worried about whether they'll be able to, whether they'll be able to, show their vision, because obviously this piece of work will be theirs moving forward as part of their show reel. So yeah, it's getting tense by the week as, each of us are approaching deadlines. So with regards to the work that's been done this week, screen and stage, we did script analysis. So with screen, we were doing script analysis just to get us back into the swing of doing things. We're picking up on the work that we did last term because the screen assessment will be you doing a monologue from a variety that was given to us by our lecturer. So the whole point of the analysis is to enable you to understand the monologue better, and that will enable you to perform it better. You'll understand the high points and the low points. You'll understand the emotions conveyed. You'll understand the tension. You'll understand the conflict. You'll understand what the character wants and the reason for them wanting it. And that will allow you to just play with the different parts of the monologue, follow the beats, and play on the beats. Change your emotions where it's required. So the things that we were looking back on was the care analysis. So that would be the character, the action, the relationships, and the environment. And we're just recapitulating on that. Just to get us back into the swing of things, because we haven't touched on this work for some time. And then we're also just looking at scene objectives, super objectives, as I've said, the obstacles, the tension, conflict, and all of those things. You have to find out what is your character's motivation in order to understand why they want the thing that they want, or the outcome that they want, or the person that they want. So we're looking at that. And then with regards to character especially, a lot of students made the mistake of thinking that the only character would be the one that is present in the piece of text. So because it's a monologue, it would just be the person that's speaking there. But then, if there's reference to other characters, they are still part of the analysis. And then as you look at the script or the movie as a whole, you'll understand what role they play with regards to your character and perhaps the scene that you are doing the monologue from. And then Mongi also just reminded us that the mind and body are they're two separate things, and they have their own conversation. And the whole point of acting is to kind of get them as one, working together. But especially the body, because the body feels and the body remembers, whereas the mind sometimes only remembers but doesn't necessarily feel. So an easy example would be, when you get nervous, you get butterflies in your stomach. Or if you sometimes, if you're really stressed, you get a tension headache, so, things like that, just little things that, that show you that, the body is very aware of what's going on, and that can help you act better. And this relates to the emotional states, which was something that we also recapped on. There are 6 emotional states, ranging from level 1 to level 5, with level 1 being the least intense and level 5 being the most intense. So with regards to the emotional states, you use your body to elicit an emotional response, and this helps you because it's the body remembers easier. And we also touched on this with the Shakespeare work we did last term, when we were memorizing lines. So yeah, the assignment for next week, Mongi wants us to either make another video, a scene story, short story, sorry, or do our monologues in each of the 6 emotional states. So I'm going to try to challenge myself to see if I can do both, but then that just depends on the amount of work I'm able to complete this weekend. So if I can complete enough work, then yeah, I'll try to do both, because I do enjoy crafting these scenes, these short stories, these short videos, short films. I enjoy that, and I also want to do the other assignment, the 6 emotional states, doing your monologue through each, because that'll help with memorizing, but that also help with discovery and just formulating how I want to go about it before my final assessment. With regards to stage, we were also doing script analysis. We were looking at Waiting for Godot, which is the actual text that we'll be using for our assessment this term. Only difference being is that it'll be with a partner. So I've partnered with Retabile, and we're finalizing the scene that we'll be choosing. It was interesting hearing different people's viewpoints on the text itself, because some of the things we discussed were things like the hierarchy, the relationships, the same things that you do with screen, you also do with stage in terms of analyzing the script. And it was just interesting hearing how people went about it, because some people would say that perhaps Godot is the one with the most power, some would say that perhaps Vladimir is the one with the most power, and they'd obviously justify it, but there was no real wrong answer, because everyone justified their answer, and it just gave each of us a new perspective and way to look at the script itself. And then in terms of moving forward with the text with your partner, our lecturer Lesuko told us that we should analyze it ourselves, and then we should sort of create the scenario, because the characters are there, but then she said you can play around with it. The characters don't have to be as they are presented in the text. If 2 females are working together, they can make the characters female. The setting does not have to be as it's presented in the text. You could choose whatever setting you want to do for yourself, and then you could play with it, and that would affect your performance accordingly. So moving forward, it'll be interesting to see what Retabile and I can craft. And then we're also doing accent work. So the assessment will be a dialogue between Retabile and I from the text Waiting for Godot, and we'll be doing it in a chosen accent. So I think the accent that I'm going to follow through with is the Southern American one, because this week for voice we had an assignment where you had to send in a clip that was more or less 30 seconds long in a chosen accent, with you just reading any text of your choice. So the accent that I went with was the Southern American accent, or the American Southern accent rather. It was a hybridization of the Louisiana and Texas accent. So yeah, that region of America, Louisiana, Alabama, Texas, that's the accent that I went with. And then I think I did okay. I'm still waiting for feedback, and then moving forward, I'll make the adjustments that are necessary, and I'll just keep practicing to get better at it, so that by the time that the final stage assessment is due, then I'll be ready to put my best foot forward. And then looking back at the screen video assignment and the movement assignment, movement video assignment that had to be done this week, I am exhausted. The last 2 days, have been, I've been a stunt man. I've been exercising. I've been doing the most. For this week's video assignment, I chose to make something that incorporated more action. I just really wanted to have fun and play with it because it's not something that I've ever done or had the opportunity to really do it after. So I was kind of doing it for myself. And whenever I've engaged with film school students, they're too tentative. They say it's too difficult, but just because something's difficult doesn't mean you shouldn't try. As Mongi always says, as Dan in second year always says too. Rather fail spectacularly. Rather try and fail spectacularly than just be meek. So yeah, getting out of my comfort zone. We had to choreograph some things. I did my own stunts. That was fun, but at first I was quite nervous. But once I got over the nerves, it was a smooth sailing. And the draft that needed to be handed in on Wednesday, that allowed me to get over the nerves because I was able to test the stunts. So by the time I shot the final video on Thursday, yeah, it was light work. And then for the movement piece, my movement lecturer, Mongi, introduced me to Ido Porter. Ido Porter. I almost couldn't remember the surname. Yeah, so I incorporated some of his stuff into my movement video, and that was quite challenging, but also gave me a new way to look at how you can exercise and how you can move your body, because of the whole COVID lockdown. Being able, obviously going to gym is a non. You can't go to gym at all, and I was worried about my exercise options, exercising at home. So yeah, like doing some of the stuff that I saw in the video, by the end of the day I was finished. And obviously, the finished video is not the full story. There were many takes of different things, to try to get the shot right. And yeah, by the end of the day I was spent, and I had to try edit the video, and then editing the video, the other video assignment, not the movement one, the screen one. There was technical issues that kept delaying us, and then the internet when we were trying to upload. I only finished uploading those 2 videos this morning, and yeah, this is my 3rd time shooting this one, because the first time the battery died. Second time I forgot to turn on the mic. And yeah, we're live now. I'm finally done with the deliverables for this week. With regards to PC, there was no Zoom session. Everything has just been uploaded to Google Drive. And I don't mind that personally, because I haven't really gone to a PC lecturer myself since I was first year, 4th term. Because personally, I don't find the lectures that enriching, because at the end of the day you still have to go home and engage with the material yourself, formulate your own understanding, and then write your treatment. So for me personally, I'm just like, I don't mind that I get to do this in my own time now, and I don't I won't really get penalized for not being in a lecture hall listening to someone for 3 hours, so for me that's okay. And yeah, I'm just waiting on feedback, because I didn't like the mark that I got for my essay, my PC essay last term, because it's not reflective of what my writing has been in general at AFDA. So I'm just trying to understand why I lost the marks I did and how I lost the marks I did, so that when I write my lecture for this term, not my lecture, my essay for this term, I can incorporate the feedback and get better marks. Because although I did hand in a day, I handed in a day late, so I was penalized -5%, and that resulted in me getting 57 overall. So I would have got 62 had I not been penalized. But in the past I've been penalized -15 for handing in 3 days late, and I still got 65, stuff like that. So I just want to understand how my grade is so low this time, because my other written work last term was, I did 3 treatments for stage, screen, and the experimental film, and I got 74% for those. And those, in total, that document was far longer. It is about 25,000 words compared to my PC document, which was definitely under 5,000 words, and so I'm just trying to understand, and I'm just waiting for feedback, because for the last 4 weeks I had sent an email each week, and Kabugelo, one of the PC coordinators at my campus finally got back to me, but now she's telling me that she's waiting for feedback from the person who supposedly marked my essay, which is a bit frustrating because it means I'm still waiting. But I do hope that I get the feedback in time, because soon I have to start writing my essay. And yeah, I think that's my week. And that's a good summation of my week. Yeah, I just need to upload this video, then I can go sleep and wake up with a bit more energy and a bit more refreshed and get to the other work that I need to complete. All right, fellow citizens, take care, stay safe,